Act 1, Scene 1. Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 1. Act 1, Scene 1. Now, right. In Act 1, Scene 1. In Act 1, Scene 1. In Act 1, Scene 1, we find the meeting. वो चली गई है. We find the meeting of the meeting of the three witches in a thunderous atmosphere, and they promise to meet again, after the battle has ended, full stop. The mention of Paddock, comma the Toad, the mention of Paddock, 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 comma the Toad, and Graymalkin, Graymalkin, and Graymalkin, comma the cat, add a layer of suspense to the play, comma, staying true, STAYING, staying true to the connection, staying true to the connection that witchcraft has with certain animals, full stop. The line, LINE, the line, double quotes, fair is foul, comma, and foul is fair. Fair is foul, 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 comma, and foul is fair. Fair is foul, comma, and foul is fair, unquote. Opens up the play, preparing us, opens up the play, comma, preparing us for the dualness, DUALNESS, dualness or duplicity, 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 in the prophecies of the witches, prophecies, prophecies of the witches, full stop. Wait, I will explain. Prophecies of the witches, full stop. When I say fair is foul, foul is fair, it basically is a sentence is going from beginning to end and then end from beginning, end to beginning. So yeah, duality hai. If I say black is white and white is black. So the same thing happens, the same kind of word play happens, the same kind of word play takes place when you come to the witches' prophecies, which you will find in the later part of the play, when you move to class 12. That how the words of the witches basically come true, but they also do not come true. They literally come true, but not in the sense in which Macbeth had thought them to be true. Okay, then write Act 1, Scene 2. Leave a line, give the heading Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2 is set. Act 1, Scene 2 is set near Duncan's palace. Near Duncan's palace at Foray. Near Duncan's palace at Foray. Forres. Forres. That is the place where Duncan's palace is situated if it comes for MCQ. Okay, Forres. And Macbeth का palace है Inverness. At Foray, Forres. And basically revolves around the sergeant, Sergeant, Sergeant apostrophe S, basically revolves around the sergeants,
सर अपन
basically
डंकन का
revolves
और
Duncan's palace at Foray, Forres, Foray, and basically revolves around the sergeant's report about the battle. Report about the battle. Report about the battle. Full stop. While Malcolm, M-A-L-C-O-L-M, while Malcolm lavishes praise, while Malcolm, please लिखो फटाफट, while Malcolm lavishes praise, P-R-A-I-S-E, praise on, lavishes means showers praise, lavishes praise, lavish is a verb, lavishes or showers praise on the brave sergeant, on the brave sergeant, on the brave sergeant, comma, the latter, Latter, the latter informs, the latter informs how
The latter informed how take
the latter informs how it is an even battle, it is an even, it is an even battle, battle, it is an even battle between them, and the rebel leader, and the rebel, rebel, and the rebel leader MacDonald, Macdonald, and the rebel leader MacDonald, Macdonald, MacDonald. Full stop. And the rebel leader MacDonald. Full stop.
chain of order.
MacDonald was not the Thane of Corder.
Then who was the chain?
उसका नाम नहीं दिया हुआ है, who was he?
अच्छा,
Macbeth kills MacDonald.
and the chain of
Thane of Corder जिंदा रहता है. He is later executed. So full stop. He informs how a valiant Macbeth, Valiant, valiant means brave. He informs how a valiant Macbeth destroys the opposing army, destroys the opposing army, destroys the opposing army, OPPOSING, destroys the opposing army, comma, splits, SPLITS, splits with his sword, splits MacDonald with his sword, splits MacDonald with his sword, and recreates RECREATES and recreates the scene of SCENE, the scene of Golgotha, GOLGOTHA, recreates the scene of Golgotha, comma, the place where Christ was crucified, the place where Christ, CHRIST, where Christ was crucified, 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 full stop. Then write eventually, comma, eventually, full stop के बाद eventually, comma, the Norwegian king, the Norwegian, NORWEGIAN, the Norwegian king, comma, Sweno, SWENO, the Norwegian king, comma, Sweno, comma, agrees to a treaty, 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 comma, acknowledging defeat, comma, acknowledging defeat, ACKNOWLEDGING, acknowledging defeat, full stop. Next line, change para, Act 1, Scene 3. Act 1, Scene 3.
रेफरेंस तो ये स्विनो के आने के बाद दिया हुआ था ना?
पहले था, ट्रीटी बाद में हुआ था. Act 1, Scene 3.
कहाँ सर लाइन 40 में यहाँ पर दिया
स्विनो के आने के बाद ट्रीटी लास्ट में, वो हारा लास्ट में था. He accepted defeat later on.
लेकिन गोलगोथा वाला रेफरेंस जो दिया
हाँ.
वो तो स्विनो के आने के बाद का
हाँ, तो हम कब बोले?
तो आप बोले
स्विनो डिफीट लास्ट में होता है, वो ट्रीटी लास्ट में एक्सेप्ट करता है सीन के एंड में. Act 1, Scene 3, I'm just giving a brief synopsis to cover up the scenes. Write down Act 1, Scene 3. Act 1, Scene 3 is largely about Act 1, Scene 3 is largely about the encounter, ENCOUNTER, the encounter between the witches and Macbeth and Banquo. Full stop. At the opening of the scene, 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 comma, the witches do inform us of their actions of killing swine, 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 and avenging, AVENGING, and avenging means taking revenge, and avenging a sailor's wife, a SAILOR apostrophe S, a sailor's wife, avenging a sailor's life, comma, sailor's wife, comma, thereby THEREBY, thereby revealing, REVEALING, thereby revealing their vindictive nature, vindictive, vindictive, thereby revealing their vindictive nature, comma, but the scene does highlight, but the scene does highlight the effect of the prophecies, the effect of the prophecies, prophecies, the effect of the prophecies on Macbeth, on Macbeth, full stop. The witches on Macbeth, full stop. The witches or the weird sisters, the witches or the weird sisters predict that Macbeth, that Macbeth, comma, the present Thane of Glamis, the present Thane, Thane of Glamis, 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 comma, would eventually become, would eventually become, would eventually become the Thane of Cawdor, would eventually become the Thane of Cawdor, 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 and then ascend, Ascend, and then ascend the throne of Scotland, and then ascend the throne of, to will accept, but without to is also correct. Ascend the throne of Scotland. Full stop. Full stop. They also prophecy. Full stop. They also prophecy. फोन छोड़ दो. They also prophecy. PROPHE. यहाँ पे SY होगा because ये verb है. ठीक है. C होता है noun में. अगर मैं कहूं I am giving you a prophecy, वो noun है, वहां पे C होगा. But if I say I prophecy और I am prophesying, वहां पे S होगा because ये verb है. Understood? Verb में S होगा. What did I say? They also prophecy, which means ये verb है. They also prophecy, PROPHESY, prophecy that Banquo's children, Banquo apostrophe S, that Banquo's children would become the future kings of Scotland, would become the future kings of Scotland, would become the future kings of Scotland, and even though, and even though,
The king of Scotland.
and even though, and continue, and even though Banquo, and even though Banquo would not, even though Banquo would not be as happy as Macbeth, even though Banquo would not be as happy as Macbeth, as happy as Macbeth, comma, he would neither be, he would neither be, NEITHER, he would neither be as sad as हम कल ही चेक करेंगे, अभी नहीं कर पाएंगे हम. He would neither be as sad as Macbeth. He would neither be as sad as Macbeth. Full stop. The significance, you may change para if you want. The significance of these words, the significance of these words is that, the significance of these words is that Macbeth transforms, Macbeth transforms from a noble and a loyal servant, from a noble, NOBLE, from a noble and a loyal servant of the king, from a noble and a loyal servant of the king to a bloodthirsty, to a bloodthirsty and a power hungry power hungry murderer, 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 and a tyrant, 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 power hungry murderer and a tyrant, tyrant. Tyrant means a ruler who basically rules by the sword, does not listen to anybody. Full stop. Change para. Act 1, scene 4. Leave a line. Act 1, scene 4. Give the heading Act 1, scene 4 and write. In this short scene, in this short scene, SCENE, short scene, comma, Malcolm, Malcolm notifies his father. Malcolm notifies, Notifies, Malcolm notifies his father about the execution of, about the execution, execution means killing, about the execution of the Thane of Cawdor, about the execution of the Thane of Cawdor, 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 full stop. Even though, even though he did treachery, even though he did treachery, Treachery, even though he did treachery, treachery, dhoka, Treachery, even though he did treachery to the king, to the king, even though he did treachery to the king, comma, during his death, during his death, he went through deep remorse. He went through deep remorse. Remorse. He went through deep remorse. Full stop. Change para. Duncan also, Duncan also expresses his gratitude. Duncan also expresses his gratitude. 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 Duncan also expresses his gratitude to Macbeth. To Macbeth for his service to the country. For his service to the country. Full stop. Macbeth and Banquo. Macbeth and Banquo feel equally grateful, feel equally grateful to the king, feel equally grateful to the king, who seems to be in a mood to reward everyone, who seems to be in a mood to reward everyone. Full stop. He does declare Macbeth, he does declare Macbeth the Thane of Cawdor, the Thane of Cawdor, and makes his son Malcolm Malcolm, and makes his son Malcolm the Prince of Cumberland. The Prince of Cumberland. Cumberland. The Prince of Cumberland. Full stop. Act 1, Scene 5. Change the line and write Act 1, Scene 5. Act 1, Scene 5 is very significant. Act 1, Scene 5 is very significant. As it is in this scene, as it is in this scene, SCENE, as it is in this scene, that the seed of ambition, SWED, that the seed of ambition is sown, SOWN, is sown in the heart of Lady Macbeth. In the heart of Lady Macbeth. Full stop. As she reads Macbeth's letter, that details, DETAILS, that details his recent encounter with the witches, that details his recent encounter with the witches, that details his recent encounter with the witches, and his eventual promotion, encounter with the witches, and his eventual promotion, as the Thane of Cawdor, and his eventual promotion as the Thane of Cawdor, comma, she mentally decides to push her husband into becoming the king. She mentally decides to push her husband into becoming the king. Change paragraph and write. The scene contains a vital soliloquy. The scene contains a vital, VITAL, a vital soliloquy, SOLILOQUY, a vital soliloquy, QUY, where Lady Macbeth compares the messenger, to the ominous bird raven, to the ominous OMINOUS, to the ominous bird raven, 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 comma, croaking, 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 the double quotes, fatal entrance of Duncan. Fatal, FATAL, fatal entrance of Duncan. Fatal entrance of Duncan, unquote, in her castle. Full stop. She tells some invisible spirit to fill her with cruelty, तो यार फोन ऑफ करोगे पवित्र, दिमाग खराब करो बार बार. To fill her with cruelty and to fill her with cruelty, and to replace replace and to replace the milk in her breast with gall or poison, with gall, Gall, gall or poison, to replace the milk in her breast with gall or poison. Full stop. Her purpose is clear. Her full stop. Her purpose is clear, and she chides her husband. Chides. Chides matlab scolds. Chides. Chides matlab scolds. She chides her husband for being, being, for being like an open book. For being like an open book. For being like an open book. Full stop. She trains him. She trains him how to guard or conceal his emotions. She trains him how to guard, guard or conceal his emotions. Conceal, conceal his emotions before others. Before others. Full stop. Change in the line. Act 1, Scene 6. Full stop. Act 1, Scene 6. Act 1, Scene 6.
मतलब ठीक हो गया था मीटिंग्स अभी.
Change the para and write Act 1, Scene 6. This scene, 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 is set outside Macbeth's castle. This scene is set outside Macbeth's castle. This scene is set outside Macbeth's castle as King Duncan arrives. As King Duncan arrives and observes. As King Duncan arrives and observes the pleasant air around the place. The pleasant air around the place. Full stop. Even Banquo notices, even Banquo, Banquo, even Banquo notices how the martlet, Martlet, how the martlet or martin bird, how the martlet, Martlet, martlet और एक और नाम है martin, Martin, और martin bird happily builds its nest, there, there, comma, giving a testimony, giving a testimony, testimony is like a proof, giving a proof or certificate. So giving a testimony of the pleasing atmosphere around, of the pleasing atmosphere around. Full stop. Change para. Duncan and Lady Macbeth exchange pleasantries. Duncan and Lady Macbeth exchange pleasantries. Pleasantries. Pleasantries means greetings. Okay, greetings. Exchange pleasantries. And here we come across, the shrewd and flattering nature of the lady. Here we come across the shrewd SHREWD, the shrewd and flattering. FLATTERING, the flattering nature of the lady. Full stop. So it is in this scene that we come across that how she can sweet talk her way. Change line, Act 1, Scene 7. Act 1, Scene 7. Act 1, Scene 7 is largely about Act 1, Scene 7 is largely about Macbeth's dilemma. Macbeth's dilemma, DILEMMA, dilemma. It is largely about Macbeth's dilemma, DILEMMA, dilemma. ऊपर जाओ, हाँ, dilemma, comma, his reluctance, RELUCTANCE, his reluctance to kill his own king, and the convincing power of Lady Macbeth, full stop. Macbeth, after full stop, Macbeth ponders, PONDERS, ponders over the idea of killing Duncan, comma, ultimately deciding not to commit, COMMIT, commit the heinous crime, HEINOUS, not to commit the heinous crime, full stop. He believes that pity, with capital P, PITY, he believes that pity would come down on earth. He believes that pity would come down on earth. Comma, spread the news of his deed to others. And provoke the people into action. Full stop. So, comma, his own ambition would prove, PROVE, would prove to be his downfall. Full stop. However, comma, Lady Macbeth arrives, comma, challenges his masculine pride, and brainwashes him, BRAIN, washes, and brainwashes him. Full stop. He surrenders, SURRENDERS, he surrenders before her brilliant plan. and agrees to do the deed. And agrees to do the deed. D-double-E-D, deed, full stop. Act 2, Scene 1. Act 2, Scene 1. In this scene, comma, Banco appears uneasy. Banco appears uneasy. UNEACY. In this scene, comma, Banco appears uneasy as he believes, as he feels that the witches' prophecies, as he feels that the witches, WITCHES apostrophe, that the witches' prophecies might have had a deep impact on Macbeth. Might have had a deep impact on Macbeth. Full stop. Macbeth and Banco decide to discuss the prophecies in details later. Macbeth and Banco decide to discuss the prophecies in details later. Prophecies in details later. Full stop. Change para. After Banco leaves, दे दो पवित्र पास कर दो ठीक है जो ठीक है अक्षर आफ्टर बैंको लीव्स विथ हिज सन फ्लियांस तुम्हारा ऊपर है क्लास हाँ ऊपर जाओ आफ्टर बैंको लीव्स विथ हिज सन फ्लियांस आफ्टर बैंको लीव्स विथ हिज सन फ्लियांस FLEANCE फ्लियांस comma Macbeth walks towards Duncan's room. Walks towards दे दो ना Duncan's room. Macbeth walks towards Duncan's room and sees SWS and sees an illusory dagger. Sees an illusory ILLUSORY an illusory dagger 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 floating in the air. Sees an illusory dagger floating in the air. Floating in the air. Full stop. He interprets it as a sign. He interprets it as a sign that he must commit the deed. He interprets it as a sign that he must commit the deed. Full stop. Comparing himself to Tarquin. Commit the deed. Full stop. Comparing himself to Tarquin. TARQUIN. Comparing himself to Tarquin, comma TARQUIN Tarquin, comma he moves purposefully. He moves purposefully. PURPOSEFULLY. He moves purposefully towards Duncan's chamber. After hearing the knell, KNELL, cancel knell. After hearing the bell, BELL bell, which he compares to Duncan's death knell. Duncan apostrophe S, Duncan's death knell. तुम रिवाइज कर लो इको. Duncan's death knell. Death hyphen KNELL, डेथ नेल.
नहीं क्या होता है?
नेल मतलब नेल बेसिकली क्रिश्चियन बिलीफ में जब कोई इंसान मरता है तो वो मरते वक्त एक बेल सुनता है जो यमराज बजाता है, मतलब उनका यमराज. तो डेथ नेल मतलब द लास्ट बेल दैट कम यू आर बीइंग कॉल्ड. ओके, इट इज द डेथ बेल. हाँ, फुल स्टॉप. चेंज द लाइन. एक्ट 2 सीन 2. एक्ट 2 सीन 2. Act 2 scene 2 begins. Act 2 scene 2 begins with Lady Macbeth. Act 2 scene 2 begins with Lady Macbeth. Act 2 scene 2 begins with Lady Macbeth entering the stage. With Lady Macbeth entering the stage, comma, and waiting for some news to come. And waiting for some news to come. Full stop. She believes that her plan is foolproof. She believes that her plan is FOOL proof. PROOF. Foolproof. You can give hyphen, you can write single word also. Foolproof. She believes that her plan is foolproof as she has heavily drugged as she has heavily drugged DRUGGED, as she has heavily drugged the drinks of Duncan's servants, comma, yet she is unable to trust her husband to carry out the deed. Yet she is unable to trust her husband to carry out the deed. Full stop. Macbeth arrives and confirms that he did murder Duncan. But he has lost his peace of mind. As he could not pronounce the word Amen. The word AMEN, Amen within single inverted comma. Amen, unquote. And heard a voice, again single quote, sleep no more, unquote, full stop. Lady Macbeth tells him to be firm, 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 and not to brood over such things. Full stop. However, Macbeth continues to remain uneasy. Comma, suffering from a tinge of guilt, from a tinge, tinge of guilt, suffering from a tinge of guilt, tinge, tinge of guilt, 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 and feeling that his blood-stained hands, his blood-stained hands, feeling that his blood-stained hands would turn the entire green ocean, would turn the entire green ocean into red, would turn the entire green ocean into red. Full stop. Act 2, Scene 3. Act 2, Scene 3. This scene begins with the Potters, Porter apostrophe S, with the Potters drunken rambling, 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 as he imagines himself to be the gatekeeper of an imaginary hell, as he imagines himself to be the gatekeeper of an imaginary hell, H capital, hell, full stop. As Macduff, Macduff, as Macduff and Lennox knock at the gate of Macbeth's castle, at Inverness, Inverness, of Macbeth's castle at Inverness, comma, the Potter, comma, in his own mind, comma, believes that these people outside must be number one, you write number one, a farmer who has committed the sin of suicide, a farmer who has committed who has committed the sin of suicide, suicide, suicide. Number two, an equivocator. Part 2, an equivocator, equivocator, an equivocator who has used ambiguous language, ambiguous language to support both the parties, and number 3, an English tailor, tailor, who has greedily, who has greedily stolen clothes out of a French hose, hose, full stop. Change paragraph. Equivocator means a double-faced person, जो दोनों के तरफ से दोनों को हाँ में हाँ मिलाए. तुम्हारे पास जाए और बोले मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूं, और किसी और के पास जाए तो बोले मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूं. So he is basically somebody who is not candid. He is diplomatic but in a double-faced way. Change paragraph. Duncan's murder gets discovered. Change para. Duncan's murder gets discovered Duncan's murder gets discovered and Macduff calls it, and Macduff calls Macduff scene 3, and Macduff calls it a sight, SIGHT, a sight that could petrify us, that could petrify you, a sight, SIGHT, sight that could petrify, PETRIFY, that could petrify you, as if you were looking at, as if you were looking at Gorgon, GORGON, capital G, as if you were looking at Gorgon, comma, Gorgon, comma, GORGON, Gorgon, comma, you could write in brackets, Gorgons were the three sisters, Gorgons were the three sisters that turned anyone who looked at them. Gorgons were the three sisters that turned anyone who looked at them to stone. Gorgons were the three sisters that turned anyone who looked at them to stone. Bracket close, full stop. Lady Macbeth pretends, PRETENDS, pretends to swoon, SWOON, swoon or faint, pretends, SWOON, swoon or faint upon hearing about Duncan's murder, and Macbeth, comma, in mock fury, MOCK, mock fury, 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 comma, kills the servants, which means Duncan's chamberlains, kills the servants so as to divert suspicion, DIVERT, so as to divert suspicion, SUSPICION, in their direction, full stop. Malcolm and Donalbain, full stop. Malcolm, MALCOLM, Malcolm and Donalbain, 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 comma, upon realizing, Malcolm and Donalbain, comma, upon realizing that they too were under risk, risk, comma, leave the castle immediately to go to England and Ireland respectively, Ireland, Ireland respectively, full stop. Means Malcolm will go to England and Donalbain will go to Ireland, full stop. Change line. Last one, Act 2, Scene 4.
लेकिन सर आउट ऑफ fear for what?
Act 2, Scene 4.
तनुज में वेट कर रहा है।
Act 2, Scene 4. In this scene, SCENE, in this scene, comma, Ross, ROSS, capital R, Ross and an old man,
रॉस कौन था?
Ross was a nobleman. Ross and an old man reflect,
रॉस एंड ओल्ड मैन
Ross and an old man reflect reflect on the gloomy day, reflect on the gloomy day, and talk about certain unusual events, and talk about certain unusual events that have taken place of late, and talk about certain unusual events that have taken place of late. Full stop. A mousing owl, mousing, a mousing owl killing a mousing owl killing a gigantic falcon bird, a gigantic falcon, falcon, falcon bird, and and Duncan's royal horses, and Duncan's royal horses behaving in an aggressive way, behaving in an aggressive way, are clear signals, are clear signals, are clear signals that things are not right in this mortal world, are clear signals that things are not right in this mortal world. Full stop. It is as if, it is as if, it is as if nature itself, it is as if nature itself is protesting, it is as if nature itself is protesting the brutal murder of King Duncan, the brutal murder of King Duncan. Full stop. Change para. Macduff, comma, and Ross, Macduff and Ross, change para. Macduff and Ross then briefly discuss, about the murder, briefly discuss about the murder, comma, the murder, comma, trying to dismiss the idea, trying to dismiss the idea that the servants, trying to dismiss the idea that the servants or Duncan's sons, or Duncan's sons are behind his murder, are behind his murder. Full stop. They feel that neither the servants nor Duncan's sons, neither the servants nor Duncan apostrophe Duncan's sons, 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 would gain anything from killing their own master or provider, would gain anything from killing their own master or provider, Full stop. As they, full stop, as they talk about Macbeth's coronation ceremony, as they talk about Macbeth's coronation ceremony, CORO, coronation ceremony, to be held at Scone, to be held at Scone, 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 comma, this perhaps is the first time, this perhaps is the first time they, this perhaps is the first time they vaguely, VAGUELY, they vaguely and subtly, subtly, they vaguely and subtly, subtly, they vaguely and subtly give birth to the idea, give birth to the idea and the possibility, give birth to the idea and the possibility of Macbeth being the murderer, of Macbeth being the murderer. Full stop. Okay, this is the summary and synopsis of Act 1 and Act 2.
सर कब डिसाइड हुआ था कि मेरे को राजा बनेगा
इसी सीन में डिसाइड हुआ था.